Last Friday was September 11th, and this weekend Nashville was able to remember it in a unique way, which reporter Gabrielle Thomas will tell you and us more about.
Thanks, Jayla. This Sunday I went to the Nashville Stair Climb, where firefighters in the Nashville area chose to honor the firefighters who died on 9/11 by climbing the same climb they did that day.
I remember the shirt I was wearing. I remember everything about it. That was a game changer for me.
This is Donnie Young, and what he's talking about is September 11th, 2001, and that's the day he decided to become a firefighter. This past weekend, Donnie, along with hundreds of other firefighters, climbed 110 flights of steps at the Tennessee Tower to remember the lives of 343 firefighters who died on September 11th. The firefighters climbed the steps in full gear, and though it may have been hot and strenuous, firefighters like Brad couldn't forget what the men and women must have felt on 9/11.
We had to keep reminding ourselves that even when they got to the top, they were having to fight fire, and that's so physically demanding on its own, let alone going the height that we did with stuff falling down and people screaming. And it's just overwhelming to think about what they went through.
And remembering is what most of the Nashville climb were doing. This includes New Yorker Donna LaPiccolo, who believes that while she used to think that people had forgotten about 9/11, there may be other reasons not everyone is talking about it all the time.
I understand that anybody I talk to about 9/11, that emotion is still so raw, and I really feel that they don't talk about it daily because they have to exist. And if they keep that so present, then they can't move forward.
And while there are many memories that will live on, for Donnie, it's the heroism of the firefighters that day that he'll remember most.
Hey, these guys, they were doing their job. They knew, I really feel like they knew they weren't coming back. You know, especially after the first one fell. There was no secret what was going to happen, and they did it anyway.
Once the firefighters came out, they would ring a bell and say the name of the firefighter they were remembering. While it was a fun time for most, it was also a time to think about and remember those lives that were lost on September 11th. Back to you, Jayla.
Thanks, Gabrielle. The Nashville Stair Climb takes place every year to honor the lives of 343 firefighters who died on 9/11.